I think people have the capacity to or should have the capacity to adapt to different, situations. Like I have to when I moved here from Bangladesh, couldn't even speak English. But for a company, I think the friendliness or the culture of the company that speaks out volume for young students like me.
I really want to work for a company that wants me to work for them. And so when they're, not really interested in who I am or what I want to do, that really turns me off.
A company that's not personable. When you go into an interview and they treat you just like another blank slate, another candidate, and not as a human being, and that you have interests outside of what's on your resume, and you have dreams and aspirations too, and of course you want to align those to a company, but when they're only concerned with their objectives, that's a really big turnoff for me.
Maybe meeting somebody who is very doesn't necessarily want to talk about the company or the culture that they get from it, and just seems very businessy and not very personable. I definitely like to see genuineness. You can tell when somebody loves what they do.
You're just a number. I want to be a part of a family. And I know it sounds corny, but I just do. I've had that, in my past, and that's worked, and I find myself to be more dedicated in that arena.
I'm sure I wouldn't like somebody telling me what to do in a forceful way. If they suggested it, I'd be more than happy to go out of my way, but I don't really like getting bossed around, so to speak.
When the employees say that there's poor management and it's hard to get to do what you need to get done and going through all sorts of chains of commands, and it's hard when people are not wanting to be helpful.
A really uncomfortable atmosphere in the office that will turn me off.
When they're not very encouraging, you can pick up on a lot just from talking to people that work for a company, and you can tell if they like it. If someone doesn't like their job, they're not going to say good things about it. And so I'd say, just talking to people that work for a company and listening to what they say.
What turns me off from an employer is I'll find something I think is interesting, but then I'll read the reviews. I'll go on the Glass Ceiling or I'll go on Indeed, and I'll see about employees that work there. And again, everything has to be taken with a grain of salt, but enough people, if they complain about the hours or the work environment and the safety, I tend to not look into them anymore.